Well, hello and welcome to part 4 of our MLO creation. So we're gonna kick off with how to make the doors, and then we're gonna move on to other things. So first, with doors, you want to hop onto Forge, find yourself doors. Here, general, lift, security, solid, garage, gate. Do make sure you're gonna go into search here, search for door physics, enable that. So you're searching for doors with door physics. And you're gonna copy name and paste into CodeWalker, export all textures, yada yada yada. And you're gonna use that as your base. So I'm going to enable my screencast keys, hop into general, import, doors, lab door. I think I used this one. Yep. So here is our door. Now you have a bound box and the actual door. Now if you want to make custom door from this, not a problem. All you need to do is, I'm going to start by making a simple thing. So like this. This is very simplified door frame. But it will work. Okay, I'm going to check face orientation. All good. Okay, and let's say on your MLO you have created a door frame like this. And next thing you want to do is you want to grab the door frame and you just snap it. So enable snapping. You want to snap it to the corner like this. And now you see the frame is bigger. That it is over exaggerated. Normally you would have this frame much smaller, but for the purpose of showing you how to make your custom door, this will do. So here, origin to geometry. I'm gonna move the door somewhere around here, just so it's somewhat in the middle. No, not doors, door frame, because you don't want to move the doors from its point of origin. You want to leave it as is, because this is the pivot point. That's where the doors swing open. And yeah, next part, select bound box, select your lab door, tab into edit mode, X-ray enabled. Now select top vertices, snap to the top corner, snap to the bottom corner, snap to the right corners. Right? Now bound box, right click, set origin, origin to geometry, just so it centers the collision to the center of the doors. For doors, you don't do that. The origin needs to be still here. And now you have your custom door, shape-wise. Now for the name. You would name it with your custom name, like so. The .001 here doesn't matter. What matters is that it has the same name as the armature. The skeleton needs the .scale in there, and that's it. Now, if you do have, I'm going to duplicate this bound box. So it's easier. But if you do have different door that you already have pre-made and you just don't want to, you know, do all that other sort of stuff, the only thing you want is, I'm gonna put a default shader on it because it's for testing. And for texture, I'll put this one, UV maps, UV map 0, unwrap, view projection. So now let's say you have your doors with already preset texture and you need to make the doors your custom door because you don't want to use this one. So what you want to do is you just grab it, then go into edit mode, snap it over axis, just so you have it like in the middle. And now you have your different door here. So you open the original door, you see constraints, you want to grab them, put them onto your different door that you want to use. You hold shift, you parent onto the custom door. Then for this, I see a bunch of junk transforms. So Control A, all transforms, and you see it goes back in here where it's supposed to be. And now when that is done, you can happily delete the other door. And now you have your completely custom door. The bound box always has to have origin in the center and cover the whole door preferably. So yeah, that's for doors. Now from here you can export and yeah, you're done with doors, at least this part of doors. Now I'm going to open a project. So here, as you can see, I already have my door preset. I was doing also garage door. It's exactly the same process as with the normal door. You grab the garage door, you have the bound box, you have the model. If you have your own custom ones, then you want to make sure that you have it as a drawable, yada yada yada, and then you parent it onto the armature. You grab the constraints, put them over your door, and you then scale the bound box to the bounds of the door, origin to geometry for bound box, and apply all transforms for your door. And now to position your doors, you don't want to be positioning them by moving this, because you already have the model exported, so that's all good. You don't want to be positioning them by moving this. You want to be positioning them by moving this whole thing as one, because that's what tells you, or that's what tells your Ytype where the door belongs. So when you load it in CodeWalker, the door will already be there in the position. So you do not apply transforms, you do not re-export these. because you already have your default location, default rotation, export it. You shaped it into the frame that you needed, and you have done. You are done. So yeah, that is for doors. Now I'm going to hide this, hide this, hide this. Now as for stairs, there are a couple ways to do it, but generally you want these boxes and you want them boxes to be on your steps, and then boxes need to have a stairs collision. So yeah, that's that. You can indeed verify everything, which is what I'm gonna do in the actual original collision. So let me teleport over there. And here, as we see, ooh, that's a lot of things. I did not expect that. Default, default, default. Face orientation. Here it is, just a plane. Okay, so this part right here, sometimes the stairs work without it, sometimes they don't. And then here you can see these same steps as I crafted on there with stairs collision. This one has concrete collision material, mine has metal. That's the only difference. Here you want stairs collision flag. Now, as for this one, I'm going to select this, duplicate, separate selection. Snap, selection to cursor, parent, clear and keep transformation. I'm gonna move it into my collection 5. This is just to speed up the process. So normal over Y, to extend it so it's like so, and this top is alright. Now from here, remove unused slots. Duplicate, rotate over global, over Z-axis 90 degrees. Actually, let me snap the top first. I'm gonna snap it here. Snap this one here and here. Now normal. Let's check out the shell. Alright. So that's this collision. All done. So I'm going to hide it. Now to show you how to create these boxes. So I'm gonna do just a couple right here. Oh, a couple is 2, not 3, but Okay, so this is the thing, and I want to hide the model. I want to have just the polymesh, like so. Collisions, create bounds. Now you want to open this thing up and grab this eyedropper tool and parent onto this model BDH empty. You parent it on there. Verify that you have bound polybox, not bound box, but bound polybox. And we select 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2, 3 here. Now, before you click create box from selected, select the collection. Otherwise, the boxes will be added here, not in this collection, and then they won't parent properly. So select the collection and create box from selected. And here we have yet another box. Now, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, create box from selected. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, create box from selected. Okay, so that's done. Now you want to create the collision material for one of them and put the stairs flag on there. So you create collision material, then you open collision flags, you enable the stairs flag, then you want to start selecting 1, 2, 3, and then the last one is the one where you set the collision material with the flag. You click this arrow on the right side and copy material to select it. And now you'll see these three have metal solid medium and stairs collision. And now with this one that I copied from random GTA stairs, I will select the bound polymesh, then select my stairs polymesh, and right click and join. Right, so now I have stairs like so. Alright, so that's stairs covered. I'm gonna hide it. Oh yeah, also the stairs, they go within the shell. So as you can see, my shell has origin right here. And same, my stairs do as well. So before you start converting to drawable your basic stairs model, you want to Control A and apply all transforms to be sure it's all zeroed. Now for this upper floor that I crafted. So what you want to do is you generally create a cube. So what I did is I had a cube like this. Global, okay, cube like this. Okay, so I created a portion of the floor like so. Now here, what I can do is dissolve these edges because we don't need them. We just need this big portion to create our second floor in our Ytype, or second room in our Ytype, and that's all we need. Now I did this, Shift D, checked, okay, no auto merge, good, rotate it over Y, like so, snapped it on there. Now here you can see this part, so merge by distance. And now for the doors, another cube. I shaped the cube so it somewhat the way I imagine. Now move a little bit up just so we're not cutting the floor. I selected my wall with floor, add a modifier, boolean, selected my cube, hide the cube, perfect, it works on exact, that's the best thing that can happen. Okay, so now we have this part done. Then I adjusted the top, moved it inside. Okay, that goes too deep. Okay, great. Now the window, that is too close, so select this whole midsection, just move it a little bit off. Now this whole top section, move it inside, and then snap it to the corner over that. And that's done. And face selection. And I started removing all these unnecessary faces, because these are not needed in there. So X, faces. Okay, so this is the inside. Now when you create something like this, I'm going to apply all transforms. Then drawables, convert to drawable. So it created my collision and my model. Now I'm gonna select both, parent, clear and keep transformation, delete this hierarchy and this cutting cube. Now I know this is the model, that's where textures go. This is the polymesh, that's where collision goes. So I'm gonna hide polymesh, grab this model, shader tools, normal spec, let's add 2. I'm not gonna be adding all of them because I already showed you how to add textures before, but I'm gonna add some. I'm gonna add some, so let's add this black one, and here let's add this red one. So this, assign, unwrap, cube projection. All right. Alt N, reset vectors. Now bump sampler. I'm just gonna add flat bump as non-color. And spec, I'm just gonna add pure white. Okay. And now with this already pre-made, you can position it back where it was, or you can do the textures while looking from the inside. Doesn't matter how you do it. And you want to have your inside selected. Then you hold Control, select your shell model that you originally made in previous tutorial, and you right click and join. Now if you don't convert your floor into drawable, and if you don't add the textures, and if you don't unwrap, it may give you no Sollumz material error, which is fixable, but it gets more annoying, especially if it does it for collision that you need to redo your Ytype, most likely. But this way is the safest way to do it. And same applies for the polymesh. You just add collision materials instead of texture. So I'm gonna add metal, open my collision hierarchy, hold left Control, select my polymesh. It is yellow, so that means I'm joining this polymesh onto this polymesh, and then just right click and join. Right, so that's that covered. This is all I did. Right. So now let's hop onto the Ytype. So it will be a little bit chaotic. So for doors, I always like to create its own Ytype. So I'm going to remove these. I'm going to select my doors and auto create from selected as base into a new Ytype. Now these doors are normal doors, so special attribute and normal doors. Now these doors are roller doors, so for this one, special attribute, not garage door. Garage door are the ones that tilt open. I want sliding vertical door. And same for these, sliding vertical door. Now for flags, dynamic, enable door physics, and I want to cast texture shadow. Then just copy the flag number and paste it over all your other doors, so they all have the same flags. All right, so that's that. That's doors covered. Now here I'm going to remove all of these. So you have it like this, your collision, your shell. So what I want to do is not these two. This is my glass model and this is my frame. The glass I made from GTA glass. I just reshaped it. Now about the glass, there is one feature. I'm going to enable face orientation and disable X-ray. So here, as you can see, it's double planed, which means one side is visible from the inside, one side is visible from the outside. There is double-sided rendering flag, but I ain't really using the flag. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just all that iffy, so I prefer to just double plane it. And as for the glass, nothing really special. Glass, normal spec reflect, diffuse, semi-transparent texture, bump sampler is dirty glass bump. You can use flat, doesn't really matter. What matters is have it non-color. Spec sampler is just grayscale, basically whatever is white is transparent, which is going to be shiny. Whatever is gray is going to be less shiny. And for the ENV sampler, you can use any of these ENV samplers. I'm using MP ENV Stucco. You can use whatever you want, but for glass I prefer to use this one. I'm pretty much using this one for almost everything reflect shader related, unless it's like wood or some other stuff. And that also non-color, and you do not need to embed the ENV. That doesn't need to be embedded. Okay, so that's that covered. I want to check my frame real quick. Okay, that's shell. Face orientation be gone. Yeah, I changed it. We'll see how it's gonna look. So that's glass, that's frame, that's doors, and that's stairs. So now when we have everything ready like this, I'm gonna start adding it into our original Ytype. So frame and glass and auto create as base. Stairs, auto create as base, and that's it. You're not adding doors in there. You have your doors in its own separate Ytype. Now these three, so frame is going to be static, and cast texture shadow, glass is just static, and stairs is static, cast texture shadows. Now I'm going to select the collision, and I'm going to hop into entities. Now you see I already added it before because I had to re-record it. So I'm going to remove them. And now I want to do the same thing, but now for everything. So frame, glass, stairs, door, door 1, roll door 1, roll door 2. And I want to add objects as entity. Now as for the frame, I just want to click static entity, cast static and cast dynamic shadows. For the glass, just static entity. For the stairs, static entity, static shadows, dynamic shadows. For doors, I just want to cast them shadows. I'm gonna copy and paste here and here. Right, so now we have our Ytype ready. Our entities are added. Well, actually not ready. Entities are added, that is ready. Now our frame goes into room limbo, our glass goes into room limbo. Now stairs go into room, main room, because that is inside of the main room bounds, it's not on the edge. Now doors, this one, I know when I was creating the MLO that this is portal number 1, portal number 2, portal number 3. So these doors belong into portal number 2, so portal, main to limbo, portal number 2. These, portal number 3. And these, portal number 1. Right, and now it is finally ready. Now what you can do is you can export everything and you can load it all into CodeWalker. right? So we open folder. Now, what the fuck is this texture? This is not what I had in there. What? Oh, I see. Shows up only under light. Otherwise it looks bleh. If I knew that, I wouldn't be using it. But, alright. Gotcha. Yeah, I can see that too now. Okay, and as you see, the glass is also rendering from here and from here. Now there is gonna be one teensy tiny issue. I'm gonna show you which one. So selection, collision. And now when I'm gonna try to open these doors, they're gonna be getting like stuck while opening. So what you're gonna do is you want to only hop in and readjust the collision so it's like next to each other but not really touching, and that way it's gonna smoothly open and close. Or you can use a door tuning and make the doors just stronger. But yeah, that's that. And when you add it like this, when you see it all loaded, then what you want to do, you just hop in here, manifest generator, you generate your manifest, you save it, and you are donezo. Now you can test it out in game. I'm not gonna be hopping in game because I know this part is going to work. I'm gonna hop in game and cover everything in the next part where we're gonna do vertex colors and lights. Vertex colors and lights. Alright, so thanks for watching and see you in part 5.